Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
The left foot of Italian-born kicker Giorgio Tavecchio ready to get us started. And off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, the former Houston Cougar, Case Keenum.
Am I dating myself if I say I saw him play as a redshirt freshman at Houston? Called his bowl game that year?
Nah, not really.
Is that okay?
Because you're hip, you're young.
All right, thanks. But he went on and shattered records while at the University of Houston, NCAA records. In fact, he threw 9 touchdown passes in a single game, and he's a skillful, nifty operator, especially if the running game is working well for him, too.
Now the former Utah man, this is Devontae Booker, and they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first, again, they go with Booker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Just beating the play clock. Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Let's talk about the starting lineup offensively for the Denver Broncos, and let's talk about Devontae Booker.
I always described him as a guy who ate carries in college, meaning just keep handing it to him, and he got better as the game went on. Had a knee injury his last year at Utah, comes in a little bit older than your average back, but boys, he's skilled and talented. And he emulates Emmitt Smith in one way. Loves to keep the ball in his left hand at all times.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And one of the things that I think that Derek Carr has really improved in doing since college, his ability to stay in the pocket, things swirling around him, find the right guy, and deliver the ball with accuracy. Derek Carr has great touch when he throws the football.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Lynch. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Cooper's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Raider 1st down as Carr finds Cooper. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And incomplete on the deep ball. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Carr gives to Marshawn. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Darian Stewart there to bring him down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Shotgun now for Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep for the Broncos is Isaiah McKenzie. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
A 2nd down carry for Booker. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
The coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the 50, it's Keenum. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Booker on 1st down. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Play action. It's Keenum. And he's got Hireman. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll try and run with Booker. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Devontae Booker, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Devontae Booker that's able to finish it off with a touchdown. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, now Carr. Letting one go deep for Robert. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now that play will end up on the highlights and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First down, the run with Lynch. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Lynch stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On the give, this is Lynch. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they're throwing interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll hand off to Booker. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the 1st quarter of play. It's the Broncos with the early lead. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Now Keenum. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes is quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Broken tackle there for Nelson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Nelson. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. On 1st and 10, here's Carr toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Get down, get down. You ready?
Throwing again. Carr. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordy Nelson from 17 yards out. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
on for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Keenum now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. And he hits his man on the out route, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. From the gun, it's Keenum. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A Bronco first down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Keenum now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Illegal touching. Offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. Now it's Keenum. Looking long for Thomas. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas, 35 yards. And the Broncos are in for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now McManus for the extra point. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a play fake. Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Peko with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now Case Keenum in the offense heading back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Off the play fake, Keenum. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On the handoff, Lynch. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Down! 185!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Raiders on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Brandon Marshall able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Giorgio Tavecchio now for the Raider field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Tavecchio puts this one through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed. After the field goal, here's Tavecchio to kick it away. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Case Keenum in the offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball. Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done. One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover. Big thanks to the defense. Keenum going to lead the Broncos out now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you? You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
On first down, it's Keenum. Out of the backfield, this is Devontae Booker. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Keenum. They set up the screen to Booker. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Broncos on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Keenum. And he's got Hireman. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Keenum now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Keenum throwing once more. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, Keenum. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Keenum to throw again. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver first down. And certainly a valuable tool to have in your kit, Emmanuel Sanders, and he's shown us quite a bit in this one.
And that's why they wanted to use him immediately. You know they come out of the locker room saying, let's get the ball to him, get our offense jump-started, and in this case, it's worked throughout the game. Thus, they have the lead.
Keenum now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Keenum to throw on second down. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
In the game you're watching, Case Keenum has been the star of the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Third quarter starts with a run from Lynch, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to get him for a loss of 5.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And the focus of our players' spotlight right now shining on Case Keenum. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. The drive starts with Devontae Booker. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Let's go.
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. Complete outright to Jake Butt. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Keenum. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the handoff, this is Booker. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Running again, and again it's Booker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Well, snap came at 1. Keenum. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Booker, and he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Okay, you got 4. You got 4. Let's go. 4 down. Let's go.
The Broncos on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Booker. And a solid run down inside the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Right back to Booker. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead. The offense on third down tonight, they've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now it's Keenum here off the bootleg. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And McManus able to put it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Carr finds Roberts left side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. Fielded at the 20. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Devontae Booker getting ready to head back out there now with his offensive unit. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Keenum now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On play action, it's Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Booker, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Broncos on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Keenum. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Keenum now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Keenum. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They start the drive with Lynch, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They'll run again with Lynch. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Carr. Roberts with it over the middle. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It's taken to the 26. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Booker. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
where Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Booker on the counter, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Broncos on third down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Keenum. And he's got Booker. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. From midfield, here's Keenum. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. So out come the Raiders. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Roberts. And he's taken down inside the 30. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Carr now on first down. And that is incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Let's go, go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And this will be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap for Keenum. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Marquette King now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Carr on the bootleg. And he finds Cook. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Raiders 1st down. Carr hooking up with Cook.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. And an alley to run. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
That may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it. This is Booker. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He'll get it up the middle, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And McManus able to put it through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Carr to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. And they'll get up and spike it right at 40 seconds to go. Back to throw, Carr. And his throw is incomplete. It was Darian Stewart that time who was able to knock the pass away.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
The Raiders on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Down. 180.
To throw is Carr. And that will be incomplete as well. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are close to finishing off this football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And Denver getting set to take the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To his knee goes Keenum, and that should be the ball game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.